All right. It's been a long time since I've done this podcast. Been a couple weeks, probably almost to a month. But we're back. And we got three very special guests. Emphasis on special for two of them. We got the JROTC chief. We got Aaron Price. And we got Yance. So introduce yourselves.
My name is Chief Reynolds, and I am one of the instructors for the Jrotc program here at Richards High School. We started this program back in 2008, and currently in my 18th year of teaching Jrotc.
Nice.
I'm Aaron Price. I've been doing ROTC for this is my third year. I'm in a bunch of other things. I'm in track, Rotary, SAD Club, a bunch of activities after school, in school. Yeah.
Yance?
I am Jocelyn Yance. This is also my third year. Came in as a freshman. I'm our company supply officer, so I'm usually stuck after school doing supply work. So, yeah.
All right, that's everyone. So y'all already know me. I'm DeAndre. So let's just get right into it. Lost Notes Podcast, episode 2. So let's get started. Obviously, you said you've been in JROTC 18 years. Been hell for 18 years, I would say, for you. What has been your favorite thing about being the chief?
You know, over 18 years, I have a lot of memories, but I think the biggest thing that stands out to me is just watching people that come into JROTC and not really know what it is, but they're trying something new. And because there's a lot of people that won't do that. So they take a risk, if you will, not quite sure what it is. And then I see them mature over the years and go from this person that wasn't quite sure what they got into, wasn't sure if they're going to like it. And then 2-3 years down the road, they're in a leadership position and they're commanding a drill team or commanding a color guard at a veterans event like we did today. So that's just very proud for me when I get to see it all come together like that. And you know, like I said, from when they start to, and they just grab a hold of it and they just go. It's really a cadet-driven or a student-driven program. We're just here to facilitate it, but it's really a leadership development course where they learn how to step up and take charge, and we're just here to manage it, if you will.
That's good. Having a student-driven leadership type program. That's something, you know, people should get into. People that should, you know, if they need that kind of thing in their life, that's something they could do. And obviously, you've been in there for 3 years. What has been your favorite thing about being a JROTC member?
Honestly, I'd say my favorite thing would be the amount of people that I've met, the amount of opportunities that I've had in this field, ROTC. Everything that I've been able to do has, I feel like, shaped me to be a better person now than what I had started.
Same for you, Jan. 3 years. What has been your favorite memory about JROTC?
Probably one of my favorite memories was when I went to our basic leadership training over the summer. My freshman year summer, going into sophomore year. It was a long week. You know, learning drill, a lot of leadership skills, making new friends from different schools that I've never known. And now when I go to competitions, you know, it's like I get to see them and reconnect, and it's one of the things that I love, and I thank Chief for pushing me to go to.
So obviously JROTC, you know, you see a lot of things about it throughout the school. They have a good way of representing this club and this program. There are some people who, you know, who believe, they think it's military. They think it's like, you know, very uptight, very strict. What would you say to people who think that?
Well, yeah, so there is a lot of misconceptions about JROTC and what it is and what it's not. And that we're here to put people in the military. We just yell and scream at people all the time, and that's complete opposite of what it actually is. It's a leadership, citizenship development course. We teach leadership skills. It doesn't really have anything to do with going in the military. You can take that with you wherever you go. Whatever career field, whether you're going to college or you're going right into the workforce or you're going in the military, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You can take those leadership skills with you. Self-discipline. We always say if you can discipline yourself, then nobody else has to do it for you, right? But those are just some of the what I like to call teachable skills, employable skills, if you will, that we teach in JRTC. So, and it's just something I think that you should try, right? If you have questions about it, try it, and don't listen to the noise, as I call it, in the hallways, because there's a lot of people that are, these misconceptions come from people that don't actually know what JRTC is. They just make an assumption. And it's kind of prejudice, if you will, right? They're prejudging something, and they don't know what it is. So I would experience people to try it. I mean, and I always use the analogy. These guys have probably heard me. What is your favorite food, right? Take your favorite food. What if somebody tried to convince you that you shouldn't try your favorite food, right? And you'd be missing out on that. So I always suggest that people try it, right? Just give it a look and see. And I know JRTC is not for everybody, and that's fine. Do it for a year, try it, and because high school should be about trying new things and exposing yourself and building your resume, if you will, and finding out what you like and don't like. And 10 years down the road from now, maybe your friends convinced you to try something. I just would hate somebody to have to regret not trying something that they wanted to try. And I've heard the backstory of that, where people did, or they tried JRTC, didn't stay in it because their friends talked them out of it, and then they come back and they say they wish they would have. I have numerous stories like that of people coming back saying wish they would have stuck it out.
Story of regret, story. I get that a
Absolutely.
lot. A lot of regrets in my life. There's some people who just think that would be one of them because of all the stories they've heard.
Right.
Just gotta push past it or think for yourself sometimes.
Absolutely, and just try it, and if it's not for you, then move on to something else. This school has a ton of different things, classes and clubs and activities you can get involved in, but you should try them, right? If there's some kind of inkling that maybe this might benefit me, try it. And like I said, if you try it for a year, especially as a freshman, you got 3 more years, right? You can expose yourself and try different things.
So, Eron, I got a question for you. When you first saw and heard of JRTC and you first thought about joining, were you like on the fence about it, or you were like, this is what I want to do, I want to be committed to doing this, seeing how it is, and did that lead you to ultimately making your decision?
I mean, the main reason why I joined was because my sister was in it last year, or not last year, but her junior year, and I was still in 8th grade. I shadowed her, and I don't know. It was a PT day, and I remember it. Everybody was having fun. They were all in a circle, laughing, joking, and they were very welcoming. I met a lot of people just in ROTC alone for that one day. I truly just thought it would be something for me. And I mean, I was already thinking about it more so because I want to join the military myself. Mm-hmm. But that really did push me to join, just to see how much fun it was.
Yance, obviously JRTC can lead to a career path, whether that be in the military or whatever. Has this helped you think about what you want to do 5-10 years down the line?
I mean, I've thought about enlisting. I thought maybe Marine, Navy, or Coast Guard. I'm not, 100 on it, but it has been in my mind. Doing the program, it showed me a lot of leadership skills. So I have put thought into it, but it's not like it's kind of 50-50 for me right now.
Okay. All right. Let's switch it up a little bit. There are a lot of people in JRTC right now. Who would you say is your favorite person? The person you want to talk to the most?
Hey. Oh my gosh.
Supply officers right here.
Yeah. You know, that you just put me in a tough spot.
It's okay to admit it, Chief.
No, you know, I can't.
Just say it freshman.
Just saying.
No, because
Just say yeah.
I mean, in 17 years, I mean, the amount of people that I've been able to come alongside and get to know and mentor, there's no way I could just pick one. I mean, and what I love about it is that every one of us has a story, right? And I get to the honor and privilege, or even call it a blessing, right? To come alongside these people and see what their stories are and get a glimpse into their world and come alongside them and help guide them and steer them in whatever direction they want to go. If that's to college, we're here for you, right? A Jrotc looks excellent on a college resume, right? Or an application. If that's into the workforce or if that's a trade school or something else, you know, we're here for them. So, I mean, it's just, I know I'm kind of taking the high road, but there's no way I could just say one. You know what I mean? I love them all. You know what I mean? That they've been a part of my life for however many years, like that they're in 17 years, and they're like kids to me. So.
You're a better person than me. I have favorites. I have favorites that are sitting here right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you like to say who's your favorite?
Just say Price.
You can
Just
say
say
me
me.
right now.
Just say me.
Just say me.
I think my favorite is Chief, obviously. You know.
Okay.
Boom.
No, we can cut.
Okay.
Cut the mics
The
right
door's
now.
right there.
Nah, but I think in 17 years, I think it's definitely hard to just choose one person. What did that be? And what about that be Yance, you know, Nate, anyone in the program?
Yeah, and they're all different. They all bring something different to the table, right? So, and just, I mean, for us to have a front row seat to watch students come in and you know, just mature and just take charge, right? And to see them mature and you know, see the confidence, right? Like I had one year, if I could tell a quick story, I always ask people when they come in, when they're a first year cadet. Now they can join JRTC and as a sophomore, junior, senior, it's just not necessarily a freshman, but I teach primarily the first year cadets, and I always ask them why they joined JRTC, and sometimes it's because their parents make them join. It's because a sibling was in it previously, or they just wanted to try something new, right? Whatever. There's tons of different answers that I've received, but one individual was very quiet, very very soft-spoken. Never heard a peep out of her, and I asked her, and she raised her hand. She sat in the back of the class, and she said, because I want to build my confidence, I want to become more confident. And 3 years later, as a senior, when she was in her fourth year of instruction, she, you know, she was our executive officer. You know, she's second in charge of the unit, basically. You know, so here's a girl as a freshman that was very shy and soft-spoken, and by the time she's a senior, now she's helping to lead the unit, right? And so I had a front row seat for that.
That's impressive.
Yep.
You know, that's a very crowning moment, you know,
Absolutely.
as a chief, seeing someone so reserved and quiet going from that to being basically second in command. That's honestly, it's a test of what you know, how you help students and how you help, you know, people build themselves up.
Right.
Whether that be from the ground up or wherever they're starting at, you know?
And that's also one of my biggest frustrations, because I know there's people walking around this building that would benefit from JRTC or would enjoy being in it, but there's a lot of noise, right? So they're choosing to listen to the noise instead of, you know, what's in here and trying something, right? Stepping out of that comfort zone, right? So, there you go.
I've always think about, you know, stepping out of my comfort zone. I could join JROTC. I'm
Do it.
I'm like that. I'm
Right
like
now.
Absolutely.
Do it.
I'm like that. Yeah. Eron knows, Yance knows. I'm like that. I really bring the energy, guys. Right?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I'm like that. I really like that. But yeah, I've always been like, you know, on the fence about, you know, whether I want to join or not. I think that's the case for a lot of people here.
Yeah, and it's really like a community, like they said, you know, they you know, it's very welcoming and the other thing I really like about JRC is not everybody can be that varsity athlete, right? But there's a number of different competitive teams that you can get involved in and compete, and we compete against other JRTC schools, you know, so, and they get to wear their accomplishments right on their uniform in the form of ribbons and medals and collar devices. Everything has a meaning, right? So, yeah, it's just, there's no other class in high school that's similar to this, right? And they get to just experience something completely different and represent something that's much bigger than us, right? I mean, the uniforms that they're wearing are with the exception of really two things, they're the same uniforms that our active duty Navy is wearing, right? So, you know, there's men and women that are serving our country and protecting us right now. So that's kind of a cool aspect also.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap up this episode, but I got one more question to ask each and every one of you. If you could tell anyone one thing, whether that be about life or anything, what would you want to tell them? You can think about it for a second.
I'll just start. I'll take one for the team and give you guys a couple extra minutes. Yeah.
Thank you.
I would just say step out of your comfort zone. Try new things, right? I mean, if we don't experience new things, then you know, you're just missing out, right? You try it, you don't like it, you move on to something else, like I said before. So I would just say, you know, and I had an older brother that told me, don't just take classes in high school just to push through, right? Make it mean something. And you talked about regrets, right? You don't want to look back 5, 10 years from now, whatever, and have regrets and wish you could go back and do something, do it different now, right? Step outside of that comfort zone and experience new things. That's the only way you know if you like them, right? So that would be my thing, is just not listen to the noise and enjoy the time you're here, because high school is going to go like that. Okay, these guys are juniors already.
Thank God.
And they're going to be gone, and some people are going to look back and wish they might have, you know. No, I'm just messing with it a little bit, but you know, not having any regrets and just branching out and trying new things.
What about any of y'all? One thing you could tell anyone?
I mean, I kind of agree with Chief. I feel like you shouldn't let certain things hold you back. I mean, you only go through high school one time, so I'd say, you know, try what you want to do, and if it doesn't work out, move on to the next thing, and, you know, if not, so on and so forth, keep moving on. Again, like how Chief said, like how ROTC isn't for everyone. I know, like, certain things around the school, like sports or clubs, aren't for everyone. You know, it's just kind of how it is. So I say, you know, try different things every day and see if you like it. And if you do, stick with it. And if not, obviously, then move on to the next thing.
What about you?
I would probably say just what my grandma had told me as well. Don't be negative to yourself. I mean, my grandma is she sticks to the Bible, and she believes everything you can find is in there. She told me, Proverbs 18, 21, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat from its fruit. Ultimately, speak what you want. If you want something, you want a position, you want to make varsity, say you will, and then you will. Don't say, oh, I can't do it, I'm not going to make it. This and that won't happen. Truly believe in yourself. Say that you can, and you will get what you can.
Nice.
Success comes in cans, failure comes in cannots, right? Exactly what you're saying.
Yes, it is.
Exactly. That's a great, powerful message. Great, powerful verse. All right, let's get a wrap up the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked this episode. I hope you guys. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
obviously.
absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Appreciate every single one of you. I wish you all the best. And that wraps up this episode. Bye, Bulldogs.
Bye.
Peace out.